Hey everyone, I'm Julie, and I'm the owner of Not Your Hobby Marketing Solutions, and I teach people how to sell more beer. What? Yeah, I know, I get that reaction a lot. Basically, I teach craft beer professionals how to sell more beer through my online courses and coaching programs that teach the essential principles of business that you need to know in order to stay competitive in our crowded market. The key to surviving in today's saturated market is to work smarter, not harder, and business education is going to be your gateway. So that's why I'm here today. And first, welcome and thank you for joining me for this short webinar on the 7 mistakes that you're making in your brewery marketing. And hey, that is me drinking beer in somebody's backyard. And I have sold beer for a very long time. In fact, I've been in the craft beer industry for over a decade. I have a background in the service industry before that for about 15 plus years. And I also have a BA in marketing. So I've organized a ton of marketing campaigns, and they've all been within the beer industry myself. And that's why I'm here to help you learn more about how to better market your brewery. So let's dive into the 7 mistakes that you're making in your brewery marketing activities. Mistake number 1. You don't have any marketing goals. The first mistake that you might be making in your brewery marketing is that you're putting brand messages out into the world without a clear marketing goal behind them. You need to know where you're trying to go with your marketing messages, otherwise you're just pumping out useless brand noise that has zero purpose. So think about what you are trying to accomplish with your brewery marketing before you start posting stuff on Facebook. And these things need to be specific, like trying to increase brand awareness, or trying to gain a certain number of social media followers, or trying to draw people into your tap room, or getting a certain number of people to sign up for your brewery email list. You need to have a clear picture of what you're trying to achieve in your marketing efforts before you even get started putting your messages out into the world. Mistake number 2, you don't have a plan. You might be marketing without a clear plan of action, and this is a huge mistake. You need to have a marketing plan if you want to work smarter so that you can make the most of your time, money, and energy that you put behind your marketing campaigns. Everybody knows that we're all out of time and most of us don't have a lot of money, so you need to make sure that you're working smart. A solid marketing plan for your beer brand should be set at the beginning of every year, and you should have action plans in place each quarter based on your annual marketing goals. A great marketing plan includes clear marketing goals, your ideal target market or customer persona, an analysis of your strengths and weaknesses, detailed info about what your closest competition is doing out in the market, an outline of your specific marketing strategies, a list of your preferred marketing channels, details about your marketing budget, and finally, identification of how you plan to track your progress and the effectiveness of your marketing messages. For the past 4 or 5 years, if you've been open that long, you probably haven't had to worry about a clear marketing plan due to just the sheer popularity and high demand for craft beer. But that's not going to be the case anymore moving forward. Our market is saturated, so to stay relevant, you're going to need clear strategies on how to keep growing your brand into the future. Mistake number 3, you're missing a one-liner. Okay, don't be fooled by the concept of having a one-liner. I'm not telling you to position yourself like a used car salesman. Your one-liner is the simplest way for consumers to know what it is that you're actually trying to sell. It's a clear, short statement of what's unique about your brewery or your beer. And when you can incorporate a good one-liner into your marketing efforts, your target consumer will know exactly what to expect from your brand, and you will attract the right customers to your brand. A good one-liner consists of what you do and how it benefits the consumer. So I want to give you a concrete example on this. Most everybody is familiar with Dogfish Head. So take their one-liner. It's, we brew off-centered ales for off-centered people. Simple, clear, and to the point, right? In that one short phrase, I know that as a beer consumer, first of all, this is a beer. Second, it's going to be pretty different than the rest of the beer out there. And third, if I'm a quirky individual, This beer is probably a good fit for me. The power of a great one-liner is invaluable, so don't skip this step if you want true power behind your brand messaging. Mistake number 4, lack of consistent branding. So, I want you to take a step back and I want you to look at all of your branded merchandise, look at your signage, look at your Facebook page, your Instagram feed, and any other various marketing materials that you can get your hands on from your brewery. And then I want you to ask yourself this question. Does everything look like it came from the same business if you removed all the words? Can you detect a pattern? If you can, you must be doing a great job. Congratulations, because your branding is probably pretty consistent. But if you see some things that don't quite fit, you might have a problem with brand inconsistency. If you're inconsistent with your brand image, your brand voice, and your brand positioning, you're going to confuse your customers, which will hinder your brand growth. You need to take the time to figure out your unique branding and make sure that it's consistent across all your channels and all your marketing materials. Mistake number 5, you're confusing your customers. So while we're on the subject of consistent branding, that leads me to this next mistake that you might be making with your marketing efforts. Your brand message is confusing your potential customers. There's a marketing expert that I really admire. His name is Donald Miller, and you might have read his book, Building a Story Brand. He is a marketing guru, and he has a saying that when you confuse, you lose. And it couldn't be more true, especially now in the beer world with all that competition out there. You need to keep your brand messages simple and easy for your consumer to understand. Inconsistent branding would be one way that you're confusing your target market. Another point of confusion could be, say, a cluttered website with broken links or an out-of-date tap list. If your social media marketing captions are long and rambling and they don't accomplish a specific purpose, that can be very confusing as well. Even your production lineup can be confusing if you don't stay true to the mission and vision of your brewery. Just make sure that what you're putting forward to your target market is representative of what you do, what makes your beer unique, how your consumer can get to your beer, and more reasons to keep engaging with your particular brand. Mistake number 6, you don't know the difference between a strategy and a plan. So, a marketing plan cannot exist without marketing strategies, but your marketing strategies are not the same as a marketing plan. Your marketing strategies are like the thinking part of your marketing efforts. And your marketing plan is the actual doing part. So to clarify even more, your strategies are like the concepts, and your plan is like the action items that you would need to take in order to execute your concepts. So to give you another example to illustrate, if you want to increase brand awareness, that would be your guiding strategy. So your marketing plan would be all the action steps that you need to take in order to increase brand awareness. I mention this point because these terms often get used interchangeably, and that's just not accurate. And finally, to wrap things up, mistake number 7, you don't have any data. The final mistake that you might be making with your brewery marketing is that you're not keeping an eye on what's working and what's not working. And don't think I'm telling you that you need to invest thousands of dollars to run out and become an expert in Google Analytics. There are easier ways to track the effectiveness of your marketing activities and your brand messages. You just need to know what those are and to make sure that you're monitoring those on a consistent basis. You need to be able to figure out what's working best for growing your brand, bringing in new consumers, and keeping your current fan base engaged. Which leads me to my next point. If any of these terms or concepts that I've mentioned in this short webinar confused you, or if you're anxious to learn more about how to stress less about your brewery marketing plans, I would absolutely love it if you would join me for my brand new online coaching program, Crafting a Marketing Strategy, which goes live on Monday, February 24th. Now, you don't have to join on that day, but it's highly recommended so that you can follow along with all of us progressively. It's a 6-week coaching program, 100% online, that will teach you how to become your own in-house marketing agency for your brewery and avoid expensive outsourcing due to your lack of marketing knowledge. I've taken formal marketing training and I have a degree in marketing. Plus, I've been in this industry for a really long time. So I've basically rolled all of that up into an online learning course that will give you clarity on how to approach, organize, and plan all of your marketing campaigns for your brewery well into the future. So here's what you get. So every week for 6 weeks, you'll get a new online lesson delivered to your inbox with an instructional email plus recommended resources that will help you continue your education beyond my strategy sessions. I'm also going to give you a ton of bonus tools that will keep you organized and on track with your marketing activities, including a full template for your own brewery marketing plan. You can choose to follow along for all 6 weeks in a row, or if you want to do things your way on your own time, don't worry, because you're going to have access to the course for up to 12 months, so feel free to take things at your own pace. Another bonus is that there's a mobile app companion, so you can take all your learning with you on the go. And there's more. With your program purchase, you also get direct access to myself to ask questions or reach out for additional support. And there's also a private Facebook group for beer marketers that you can join as well. So you're probably thinking, okay, Julie, this sounds great and it might be a good fit for me, but how much does it cost? Well, the entire program with all the bonuses and the support network is only $899, which you can pay in full, or you can choose to pay in 3 monthly installments of $300 per month. And yes, okay, I can do the math. I realize that. I know that 3 months is longer than the 6-week program. But first of all, I trust you. Second of all, I know that sometimes funds can be tight for growing breweries on a monthly basis. So I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to educate yourself about essential marketing skills, but still be able to pay your water bill every month. And finally, how do you know this course is right for you and why the hell should you take it? Well, I'm glad you asked. This course is for any growing craft brewery or beer-related business that wants to compete in a smarter way and grow their brand without having to take out a second mortgage on your brewery tap room to pay for a marketing agency. Smart training in any business practice is the key to staying relevant in a competitive market. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by how to spark new life into your beer sales, or how to use marketing to increase brand awareness, I would strongly encourage you to up your business game and invest in proper training. Rather than outsourcing all your campaigns to an agency that doesn't speak your language and doesn't know your brand, or rather than wasting time trying to DIY your own training from educational institutions that don't understand the beer industry or its language. I've been in your shoes. I know how hard things are out there. The goal of my company is to help growing breweries boost their revenue, even if you don't have all the financial resources of a large production facility or the luxury of a dedicated marketing team. And you can do that by getting the right education. Plus, the course will basically pay for itself within the first quarter of application in the form of increased customer engagement, which will lead to more beer sales. So I hope to see you in the program, and if you have any more reservations or questions, please reach out to me. Don't be scared and don't be shy. I'm a one-woman show over here. There's no robots or answering services. Just give me a shout, send me a text, or shoot me an email, and I'm happy to answer any questions or concerns that you might have. If you want some extra marketing freebies, I also encourage you to sign up to be part of my online community by visiting my website, notyourhobbymarketing.com, or join me over on social media at Facebook and Instagram, and also on LinkedIn at Not Your Hobby Marketing. Oh, and by the way, I also offer training for craft beer professionals in other areas of business like outside sales, sales team management, and how to navigate your beer distributor partnership. So make sure to check those programs out as well. And again, thank you for joining me today, and cheers.